Coming up next, On the Spot. May is finally here and E3 is only 2 weeks away. Brian Eckberg will prepare us for that long drive down I-5 with a demo of Forza Motorsport. Matt Roy is expanding our gaming skill set with a look at Guild Wars. And Brad Shoemaker is here to introduce us to Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Plus, we've got interviews for Shadow of the Colossus and NCAA Football 06, the new trailer for SSX4, and the internet premiere of the critically acclaimed documentary Stupid Pants Operation, GameSpot's coverage of E3 2004. The final countdown to E3 starts now, live and on the spot. Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Rich Gallup. Joining me right now, Brian Eckberg. Brian, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just looking to get my hands on this wheel.
Now, Brian today is playing Forza Motorsport. Brian, you just reviewed the game.
That's right.
But right now, he wants to take you on Xbox Live. So hop on, fire up the game, look for the gamer tag, Game Spotting. You will find Brian, and then he will ride you in the wall.
That's right. I'm totally willing to just totally crash you in the wall and show off the damage modeling.
Now, Brian, before we start talking about the game itself, what can you tell us about the wheel we're using here? It's the Fanatec Speedster 3 Force Shock.
That's right. It's sort of like it has rumble, a sort of approximation of the rumble, you know, the rumbling effect that you get on PC wheels and things like that. But because the Xbox doesn't have USB ports, this uses the rumble channel, the same channel that sort of rumbles your controller when you play a regular Xbox game. And what's surprising about this is that it feels pretty good. I mean, when I heard that it only used the rumble channel, I said, well, it won't be that strong, but it actually works pretty well. You can feel the feedback, you know, when you go off-road or when you run into something. It's probably not as strong as you could expect from other wheels, but it's certainly not bad.
Very cool. And so it's got the full array of buttons on there. It's got everything you need. Pedals on the floor.
Pedals on the floor. They actually they're just plastic, but they look pretty good. It's got the full F1. I just actually exited myself out of the race, but it's got the full F1, paddles,
there, so
all the buttons, and it has some settings that has some built-in settings that you can, if you have a particular setup for the wheel that you want to apply only to Forza or only want apply to any racing game, you can save them within the wheel itself and then call them up instantly. It's pretty cool.
That is cool. You know what's also cool? My favorite part of the show, which is getting questions from you, the viewer. That was a good segue. You like that one?
Right.
GameSpot Complete members, you see a form at the bottom of the page. I want you to fill it out right now. Send in your questions for Brian about Forza, for Matt about Guild Wars, for Brad about Star Wars Episode 3. Anything else, we'll answer them right here on the show. And we're getting a little fancy this week, Brian. We have graphics for questions.
You going to make me read?
No, I'll read.
Okay, good.
All right, so here's our first question right here. It's from Josh Gooden in Grottoes, Virginia. Fire up that graphic right now. We'll take a nice look at it. What are all... no, not that one. It's is it still worth getting a steering wheel since Xbox 2 is around the corner?
Well, that's actually a pretty good question. We're not sure, what the configuration of Xbox 2 is going to look like, whether they're going to have USB or something like that. My guess is if you really, really like racing games, and the great thing about the Fanatec wheel is that it's backwards compatible with all these racing games. There it is.
Very nice graphic.
Yeah, it looks very green.
Yeah.
I think if you really love racing games and you've got an extra, $150, I think this wheel's $150.
Exactly. That's another Kenny Wilson from Tustin, California. I don't want to put, he says 150 clams down the drain for just any regular wheel. Is it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, on the Xbox, in my opinion, this is the best wheel out there. Okay. So if you want to spend $150 and you've only got an Xbox, this is the wheel to get. Whether you'll be able to use this wheel for Xbox 2, whether that will have USB capabilities that will give you true force feedback, I don't know yet. But for right now, this is the best we've got.
It's a valid question. I mean, Xbox, their next system is supposedly around the corner. They don't have, allegedly, they don't have controller ports.
Yeah.
So you can't plug that in the next system.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Let's play the game, though.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's fire it up. Brian's going to play the game right now.
Sure,
we'll see what's going on. What kind of car are you driving, Brian?
I'm driving an Audi S4 V8, and it looks like our friend Dark Catalyst here is choosing a Border MR2.
What's that?
I don't know. It's got four wheels.
Let's fire it up and see how it looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna force this guy to start because
that's how we roll here.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
We're tough here.
We totally are. All right, I'm gonna fire some more questions at you. This is from Nicodemic, Montreal, Canada. After reading your review for Forza, I was wondering if there's going to be some downloadable content in the future, like cars, tracks, paint jobs, etc.
Boy, I hope so. I mean, it seems like that with all the Xbox Live integration in the game, it only makes sense. I mean, in my opinion, the biggest knock against Forza was that there weren't a lot of tracks. There's a lot of tracks to drive, but there probably could have been more. And so, yeah, new tracks would be great. And, of course, some new cars, maybe some, downloadable cars that you can pay for, that'd be great too. I don't have an official word, but I would. My guess would be yes.
Is there an interface that you see in the game that makes it apparent that there will be downloadable content?
Nothing that I noticed, but I'm sure that if it's there, if that capability was planned, then they designed it to make it easy to do so.
Now, tell us about some of the crazy features in this game. You were here last time. We saw the that line that shows up that tells you how to drive.
Yeah.
Tutorial. Is it just the tutorial line, or?
Well, it's called the suggested line feature, and I actually really like it. I'm not using it right now.
I noticed that you ran through those cones, right?
Yeah, I'm paying for it, but I kind of found it like a crutch, and I got so dependent on it that I realized that I wasn't really racing. I was just sort of following the line and didn't really feel like real racing to me. So I don't use it anymore, to my detriment, as you can see.
You're a better man for it.
Yeah, I try to be. I'm in second place for it, I guess.
Now, I have another question for. There's another feature in the game which I didn't know about until I read your review. Was about like the avatar feature.
Yeah,
which they gave another clever name to.
It's called the drive-atar.
Drive-atar.
Yeah.
Yes.
You actually, what you do in the drive-atar system is you go through a bunch of courses and you just drive them as normal. But what the system is doing is sort of grading you for each type of turn, like a hairpin turn or an S curve, and it sort of grades how efficiently you take that turn. And once you've completed all of these different tracks, it sort of gives you a skill rating for your drive-atar. I'm going to make the same mistake twice.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, after you're done with that drive-atar, you now have a profile of the style you drive. Like my Silverstone drive-atar would say, dude loses it on turn 1 every time.
Right.
But and then later on in the game, you can enter your drive-atar in races, and it will drive pretty much exactly like you drive. It will take the curves at the same skill and ability level as you take them. So it's pretty cool. I kind of found that it's a little too exact, that they sort of make the same mistakes lap after lap after lap, but it's a good idea nonetheless.
Nice. And you can put in multiple drive-atars in one race, right, and see how you do against yourself?
You can race like multiple versions of yourself in the game. You can share drive-atars. Like if you had a drive-atar, I could get it off you, and I could race Virtual Rich against Virtual Brian. And
Virtual Rich would not do well against Virtual Brian.
Yeah, well, Real Brian isn't doing too well against Real Dark Catalyst.
Take him down. Take him down.
Here we go.
Oh! Rubbing is racing.
Yeah, nice. I guess so. Nice job, Dark Catalyst.
Another PC review, the AI you said is extremely strong in this game.
It's amazing. It's without a doubt one of the most impressive AIs I've ever seen in a racing game. A lot of racing games, the guys that you race against, the opponents, don't have any inkling as to where your position on the track. But in Forza, they'll definitely, they'll look to get around you. They'll look to, if you spin out on the track, they'll actually go around you and look to avoid you. And not mistakes really like that.
Oh, he's good. All right,
yeah.
Take him down.
Yeah, I'm taking him.
Now, there's one question a lot of people are asking, and I think we have to go there. We owe it to them.
Okay.
All right. GT4 Forza. I'm going to give Taylor from California credit for bringing this one up. Can you make the call? Can you say one's better looking? Can you say one has something better than the other?
Well, sure.
Putting you on the spot. By the way.
No doubt. I mean, I can give the politically correct answer and say, but each game has its own charms. But in my opinion, if I had to go with one racing game at this point, I would choose Forza, only because there's so much to do in the game, and online racing is like a huge hobby of mine. I love doing it, so this game completely fulfills that for me. So definitely Gran Turismo 4 is a great game on the PlayStation 2, but if I had to choose between both of them, it would be Forza for me.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Brian.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. I'd like to thank Dark Catalyst for stepping up. I think it was one of our forum guys. The name sounds familiar. It was a good race right there. Did you win, by the way?
I'm winning right now.
It's hard to tell. There's no one in front of you. There's no one really behind you.
That's right.
But, yeah, that's a good race. Now, another thing, Brian, you went on a very nice trip earlier this week, didn't you?
I was in New York City, of all places.
What were you doing in New York?
Well, they actually announced, EA announced the cover athlete for NCAA Football 2006. They had a press event at the Princeton Club.
What is the Princeton Club?
The Princeton Club is a place for Ivy Leaguers around the world to gather and talk about how great it was to go to Princeton.
Boo!
I know.
I have several friends that went to Princeton. I'm going to take this opportunity to make fun of them right now. Boo, Tigers! Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so they were there. Desmond Howard, who's the cover guy for the game, along with Herschel Walker and Marcus Allen and Kirk Herbstreit, who hosted the event. We're all there talking about the game and talking about the Heisman Trophy and just sort of celebrating the fact that Desmond Howard is the cover guy.
Desmond Howard, very cool. I mimicked his touchdown pose for years, I'm going to say.
I will actually do it here if I win this race.
How far are you done?
This is the last lap.
Oh, the last lap?
Yeah.
Well, we have to move on with the show.
Okay.
So I'll recreate it for people when we come back.
I just meant I'll do it at my desk.
Oh, okay, that's fine. We also have an interview on the site right now with Kendall Boyd, Herschel Walker, and Desmond Howard. And here is a clip of it right now. Check it out.
Hey everyone, as you can tell from the architecture behind me, we're here in the Big Apple, New York City. We're here for the unveiling of EA Sports cover athlete for NCAA Football 2006. In fact, if you follow me around here, I'll show you exactly where we are. We're here at the Princeton Club, which is right next door to the Columbia Club, home of Ivy Leaguers everywhere. So let's go on inside and see who's on the cover for NCAA Football 2006 this year.
My name's Kendall Boyd. I'm with EA Sports. I'm the product manager on NCAA Football 06. Desmond Howard is our cover athlete for this year's product. We're very excited as we just had our announcement event. Desmond Howard was the obvious choice for many reasons. When we introduced the race for the Heisman mode, a lot of people were asked around, what's a defining moment in kind of recent history when you think about Heisman performances? And there was a really good story that Kirk Herbstreit had come out, and he actually told it again today.
So going to the Ohio State game, I'm a kid who was born and raised in Cleveland, so I understand the magnitude of the rivalry. I said, look, if I get in the end zone today, I got to do something special. I mean, this is like the hugest rivalry as far as we're concerned in any sport, college or professional. So I wanted to do something, something special, something that was deemed classy as opposed to deemed classless. And so I wanted to do the Heisman pose, so I just struck it, and I got a lot of positive feedback.
And as he crossed the goal line and struck the pose, Keith Jackson booms in, "Hello, Heisman." And for us, I mean, it was just a light bulb clicked. And it was a great opportunity for us to put him on the cover as we introduced also a new line look. And it was also a new direction because traditionally in the past we've used an athlete that have gone straight into the NFL that we graduated from last year. And so this is a little bit of departure from previous years, and it's also an exciting switch up and change to things. With the race for the Heisman, it's been the big push for this year's product. I mean, we still have all the things that fans love about our product with the Dynasty mode and just the overall depth and authenticity of the product. But the simple fact that we've introduced a new mode that is a little bit more single-player oriented, almost like a light RPG mode, it gives a lot more consumers an opportunity to try out the product and not get sucked into Dynasty if you don't have those 7-8 seasons to play through. And with the race for the Heisman, it's just a completely new mode. When you start up the game, there's a new introduction. It's going to totally take the fans by surprise. You go through the mini games and the drills to establish your player, and then you move into your dorm room, and then the race is on to try to establish yourself as an impact player and win the Heisman Trophy. Again, this is NCAA Football 06 from EA Sports, and we are scheduled to ship in July.
So there you have it. NCAA Football's got a new look this year for 2006 by going back to the old school with guys like Marcus Allen, Herschel Walker, and of course the cover boy, Desmond Howard. We'll have a lot more coverage of NCAA Football 2006 as we approach its release later on in the year.
Right on. That was a good shot with the Bryant there, a little NCAA. That looks pretty good, huh? So, but I got to tell you, I can't tell you how excited I am to see what you're playing today. Star Wars Episode 3.
Absolutely.
I know you've only gotten a chance to fool with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Lucas Archer's kind of keeping it, I think, on a raft a little bit.
They've been guarding it a little bit.
But dude, movie footage.
Star Wars,
it's
absolutely.
Like Star Wars. You got to see this. Yeah.
Like 20 minutes of the movie is in this game.
No kidding.
Absolutely.
So is direct storyline follows Episode 3.
I'll fire it up right now and
spoil everything for everybody. Right on.
Got to warn you kids, if you're trying to keep this a fresh experience, then you probably don't want to watch this.
Just go away for about 10 minutes, then come back. So Episode 3, for those of you that I guess everybody knows, right?
Who doesn't know? Does anybody not know at this point?
Yeah, so can you skip the crawl so we can just get to either
I can, although if you want to see the opening battle.
Oh, really?
The opening space battle over Coruscant, then that's at the end.
Oh, I got
You want to see that, or you want to just skip to the action?
Let's go ahead and skip to the action.
Okay.
We'll save the battle for the folks.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. That's like instantaneous.
All right, yeah,
Bam.
so here we are.
And you are playing as Anakin, or are you playing as Obi-Wan?
I'm playing as Anakin right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It'd be cool if we could show the folks at home.
Yeah, I bet they'd like to see some of
Yeah.
that.
There you go. And so, yeah, you're doing some business on those robots, that lightsaber.
Yeah, all these battle droids everywhere. Yeah, so this is set right at the beginning of the movie. You are aboard I don't even know what the bad guys are called. I guess the Trade Federation.
Uh-huh.
But you're aboard one of their capital ships, and the Chancellor has been kidnapped, so you're just trying to
Trying to get his business.
get him back. Yeah.
Right on.
That kind of thing. So.
And so, like, we've got a bunch of questions. I'll kind of
Hit me.
I'll put them all together. Like, so what are some of the different moves? Have you gotten a chance to fool around with?
Yeah, as you can see, I'm playing as Anakin. I just use the Force to. You can pick up the battle droids and basically just tear them apart.
Oh, wow.
This is the first level, so I don't really have a whole lot of Force powers right now. But later on, you'll be able to get like a lightsaber throw. I'm assuming, you know, once you go bad toward the end, you'll be able to throw that crazy Force lightning and all that sort of thing.
Oh, wow. I mean, I saw, the commercials I saw Anakin cutting through a wall with his lightsaber.
Yeah,
That looks okay to me.
Yeah, that's actually coming up in just a few minutes.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, just like in the first movie, you can pretty much just plunge your saber right into a door.
And so this first
Cut your
level
way through.
obviously kind of serves as a tutorial.
Yeah. So this part's pretty basic right now. Although I can skip to a later level when you've got a few more moves.
Use combination attack.
Let's see if I can.
Get your level skipping on.
Yeah.
Right on. Now, while you do that, do you mind if I throw a couple questions your way?
Go for it.
This question, I believe, is going to be in from our good friend Josh Gooden. Josh wanted to know, are there any new moves at this time? Is it just third person, or is there any first person as well?
I believe it's all third person.
Yeah.
It looks like most of the game you've got a buddy mechanic going on where you've got this AI character kind of hanging out with you and helping you out. As far as force powers, I haven't gotten in too far yet, but like I said, there's the saber throw. There's, you can use the force to throw guys around, to push them back, that sort of thing. So this is one of the scenes from the movie that I was talking about. There are quite a few of these in the game.
Wow.
I think after every level, actually, you get some tasty movie footage.
Jedi abandoned the main hangar bay.
Just as Count Dooku predicted.
And then it just cuts right into the gameplay. Let's get to now.
Bang.
One bad situation.
And like, seems like you're not necessarily waiting for those. You can actually just hit the button and skip at any
It's
time.
instantaneous, yeah. And you can see this is the second level, and I've switched to Obi-Wan now.
Oh, wow. Now you get to choose. You get to pick.
No, it's based on the story, actually.
I gotcha.
The game just kind of picks one for you.
Do you know if you primarily play as Anakin or Obi, or how it's split up? there?
I'm guessing you're not going to play as too much Anakin after about the halfway point, just because I guess everybody knows what happens to him, so...
Or maybe,
Or maybe you can, I don't know, maybe
Awesome.
they let you be bad.
So what about, is this game 2 players? Like right now, if I grab a controller, could I jump in here and do it with you?
You want to find out?
Yeah, totally.
Anybody got a controller? There is a multiplayer cooperative choice in the main menu, but I actually haven't explored the game enough to know yet.
And for folks watching at home, like the thing about this game is, why did it come out on a Thursday? Like no game comes out on a Thursday, right?
You got me. I have no idea.
So like for folks at home that are watching that don't know, this game actually did come out today.
Yeah, this is just in stores today.
And I mean, to the extent that we actually went to the store ourselves this morning and bought this game.
This is fresh off the shelf.
I'm going to go. Do you know, by any chance, any of the differences or any Xbox Live support as far as
Don't believe there's any kind of online.
no kind of online? And then now you've played, I'm sure, every Star Wars game like every Star Wars fan in the world has
Quite
played,
a few
right?
of them, yeah.
For the brief time that you've spent with this, does it seem reminiscent of anything else? How's the lightsaber battle?
It's a pretty good straight-ahead action game. I mean, third person, just kind of scroll from left to right.
Now, it seems like, is it like Devil May Cry 3 style, where it's like you have to take out a certain number of enemies in one area before you move on?
Yeah, it seems like, you kill like the requisite number of enemies, and then it kind of gives you a cinema or tells you what to do when you move along to the next area. You can actually see here, there's really light puzzle-solving elements. I mean, nothing complicated, but like, for instance, you extend this bridge out here, and then you can, it might be hard to see on the stream, but you can target these different elements in the background. It's got a kind of a light little blue haze around it when I target something. You can throw your saber at it. So you'll have to do stuff like this, just kind of busting up the environment to progress.
Right on.
Nothing too complicated, but.
One of the questions come in, and I don't know if you've gotten. Oh, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the guys at the Collective have kind of taken the property and done their own thing with it a little bit. Some of these little cutscenes.
Now the Collective, for folks that don't know, they are also known for Buffy and Indiana Jones, right?
Yep.
So by that mentality, does that mean is the technique that you use for the lightsabers and the battling, is that usually as advanced as their other games have been, or is it kind of dumbed down, a little button mashing? Is it more technique?
There's a decent amount of technique. I mean, you've got light and heavy slashes, and you can string them together in different combos. Like I said, there's all the force powers that you can kind of use in conjunction with your lightsaber. I haven't actually gotten to any Dark Jedi that I could fight with a lightsaber yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how the dueling is going to pan out, but it looks promising so far.
This is one of the questions that another little cinema action. So it looks like they split up the FMV with the in-game.
Yeah.
And is there any straight CG that you've seen so far, or is it in-game and FMV?
I believe that those in-game cutscenes are actually part of the FMV.
I
they
gotcha.
are rendered with the engine, but yeah, it's either movie footage or the game assets.
I got one more question here from our good friend Ryan Franzak from Austin, Texas. What are the force powers at your disposal? I guess you talked about that.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about Anakin having the lightning possibly later on. Does Obi-Wan, does he just have to push, or?
So far they've got all the same powers, but then again they're both good right now. So
I gotcha.
So it's hard to say for sure. One thing I will mention is I haven't finished a level in this demo, but you gain experience based on how well you're fighting, basically how stylish you fight during the level. And then at the end, you can upgrade all your force powers. You can upgrade your force push or your lightsaber throw, that kind of thing. So I guess there's a little element of character customization throughout.
That's totally awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a big fan of Lego Star Wars.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the Episode 3 opens up in Lego Star Wars with you actually getting to pilot a ship. Do you know if there's any vehicle stuff in here?
Don't think there's any vehicular combat. I haven't seen any in the trailers and that sort of thing that they put out. So.
All right, on. Now, I got a few more questions here, if you don't mind.
Okay, go for it.
I've got a question that comes in here about, let's see, this one comes in from Bruce from Vancouver, Canada. How much spoilers are in this, or all things that should they already expect, or should they not? Should they stay away if they don't want to get spoiled? I know you talked about it at the top of the show.
Yeah.
Are there any unlockable characters, and when will the review be up? Bruce kind of threw them all in there at once.
The review will be up as soon as possible. Unlockable content, I actually have unlocked a little bit of stuff already in terms of art. And I think there's some challenge levels and that kind of thing. And spoiler-wise, this game's pretty much going to give you the whole movie. I mean, between all the clips and what's going on in the action during the levels, you're going to get the whole storyline. So
kind of a plus for those that want to know now, and a minus for those that want to wait.
If you want to see everything that's going to happen, then plow through the game.
Excellent. Now I'm going to watch you thrash this robot here, and I could go all day long on just questions on Episode 3, and actually there's tons of questions about E3 that we'll get to in a sec. Oh, this is the part.
Here I am stabbing the door, and oops, this guy ain't having none of that. Toss him out of the way.
He seems a little rugged.
Yeah, he's kind of ornery.
Now, for those, I'll remind everybody at home that's watching, if you're a GameSpot Complete member, feel free to use the form on the page that you see. Fill in the information, get us a question right here on the set, and we'll go ahead and ask it. And oh man, that guy's just giving you all kinds of trouble. There you go. Now, I'll remind folks again, this is also the Xbox version we're looking at. Have you got a chance to look at the PS2 version?
No, just the Xbox so far. Although I think they're pretty similar.
Right on.
In terms of content.
Yeah, I think we're just about out of time.
Alrighty.
But before we go, I was hoping I could, get this lightsaber out and do some business. Now, actually, I don't know if anybody's seen these yet, but they actually look a lot cooler with the lights off. My man Roger was actually dimming the lights a little bit so you can see these things. These are Force FX lightsabers, and basically, as we get the light dimmed a little bit, you'll see how cool they are. The reason why I'm showing these off is because they're totally awesome. But yeah, that's the business. So thanks for coming by, Brad.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Now we're going to go ahead and toss it to a little segment we got that's all about some fun business, and then we're going to go back to Rich and see some action. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at that clip.
Battle of the Colossus. This is the much-awaited title from the Ico team.
They want everybody to know right out of the gates, this is not a sequel. This is definitely a kindred spirit, but it's not necessarily a sequel. Shadow of the Colossus basically is a love story where you're following a young boy who's lost a loved one, and he is now going through the process of trying to revive her. And as the story goes, you have to take her to this temple and accomplish the goals it sets forth for you. And those goals happen to be take down 16 colossi. These are basically boss monsters. Now, I don't think this has ever been done before, but the entire game are bosses. You have 16 big baddies that you have to take down, and there's no minor creatures. There's no minor fights. I go, I find him, I kill him, I come back. Done. You start from the temple each time, and then you have to go out and find him. Now, one of the challenges, you're actually armed with a magical sword, which if you hold it up to the light, it's almost like a Gandalf experience. You hold the sword up into the light, and the light reflects off it, and it'll show you the direction to go to find him. And it'll probably take you anywhere from 5 to 10, maybe 12 minutes to actually find the shrine to summon the temple, or summon the Colossus. Now, once you've summoned the Colossus, you got to figure out how to beat him. And usually that'll take you a good 5 or 10 minutes because you also have to hold the sword up to shine it off the Colossus, and different portions of it will sparkle, and now you know where you have to go to get it. And usually you aren't going to beat it the first time. You're probably going to get your butt kicked. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. But, it's a boss fight. You're supposed to. So now you actually have to go about the process of that 10 or 15 minutes to actually take him down. So all in all, you're probably looking at anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, assuming you take the Colossus down the first time, each Colossus. So, I think reasonably 8 to 10 hours for a good player to take these things down is going to be realistic. They're extreme and varied. That's probably the best way to put it. They've taken inspiration from anything from historical creatures. You have minotaurs, you have giant sea creatures, you have clockwork beasts. But every one of them have this natural feel to them. They're all made out of stone and fur, and there's moss growing on them like they've been around for 1,000 years. And I mean, we have multiple bipeds, multiple quadrupeds. You've got multiple flying creatures, you've got multiple sea creatures. So you've got 2 or 3 guys you're taking out while you're swimming. You've got a couple that you actually have to down an aerial creature enough to be able to leap onto it, to ride it while it's flying around the environment. They go from small to large, medium to large. The one that everybody's going to be seeing in the screenshots is from the E3 demo. That's probably a medium-sized Colossus, the guy with the big mace. There are guys who are significantly larger, and also a few that are smaller. I think probably our smallest Colossus is like a giant bull. I mean, and he's fast. You've basically got to lure him around the environment to get an advantageous shot on him.
And we are back, and I got to tell you, right now I'm joined by Matt Royer, by the way. Right now, Matt, second time on camera. You remember the last time you were on here? I forget what it was.
Butt mashing was
yeah, you lost.
Thanks for bringing that up.
For those of you that don't know Matt is the game guys editor here at GameSpot, and I have to say, I just spent most of last weekend turning back to your Psychonauts game guide, looking for brains and stuff and cards. Once I had to turn to your guide once. I had to keep going back. It was like I could work on this, or I could just go listen to Matt. But what game you got today, Matt?
We got Guild Wars.
What is Guild Wars?
Guild Wars is a quasi MMO game. It's similar to Diablo 2 more than it is, I would say, real MMOs. But it's team-based, PvP-focused online game. So yeah.
Very cool. Why don't you fire it up? Take us through it. Now there's a review on the site right now by Greg Kasavin. Greg can't unfortunately be here today because he's busy getting ready for some little gaming convention that's coming out next week. I don't know, maybe we'll talk about that later maybe. But Matt, you're working on a guide right now, right?
I am, yeah. I'm working on Guild Wars. So what I'm going to do here, first off, is just show you some of the character creation we got. Mm-hmm. One of the things about Guild Wars that's really nice is that the characters are really well done. And they're very impressive compared to most MMOs. Like I got, Miss Jackson because I'm nasty. You can name them anything you want to, but what I'm going to do here is just show you that it's a neat little character creation system. If you want to, one of the cool things about it is you can go ahead and make like a max level character and go straight to PvP combat.
Okay.
If you want to. But a lot of people are going to go through as a role-playing character to pick up extra skills, which is what really makes you uber in PvP at the end of the game.
All right.
So what we got here, one of the most impressive things about it is just the way that these guys look. Again, they're really, really incredibly well done. So if you want to make a necromancer, you can do, you got a whole lot of little options. And
honestly speaking, I don't want to sound like a perv, but the ladies in this are pretty nice looking. So
we had Andrew Park on here a while ago telling us about Guild Wars. Now there's 6 classes you can play as.
There are, yeah, they're actually all listed over here if you can read the text. It's Warrior, Ranger, Monk, Necromancer, Mesmer, Elementalist. So it's a lot of classic fantasy archetypes. What I'm going to do is go ahead and make a Elementalist, my nice little haughty Elementalist. So say haughty Elementalist.
Sure. And you can name your character whatever you want.
You can actually. It's you get 2 names. You have to actually have at least 2 names in there. So you have a little opening cinematic. But once you're in, you walk right into Ascalon. This is called Ascalon City. And one of the cool things about the game is it does look really, really nice. You can see probably from the background that it's a really well defined. It's kind of classic fantasy archetype, but it is really, really well done. And one of the cool things about it is that all of them have really cool little throwaway animations and stuff. Like my Elementalist will do a little weird little belly dance and stuff like that. So
sure, that makes sense.
Yep. So
now, if I recall correctly from Greg's review, Ascalon, you can keep playing by the way. Sure. Ascalon, it sounds like when you first get here, you think this is the world the game is in, correct?
Yeah, actually that's true. I'm going to log in with one of my other characters from before there's a big gameplay shift.
Okay.
An hour in. And one of the cool things about it is that there's a big map, and if you want to, it's really abstracted movement. You can warp anywhere you want to at any time. So.
Oh, can you do that again, actually, so we can see that?
Yeah,
load time's pretty quick.
Yeah, load time's actually really quick. This is my nude.
Your what?
My nude player.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't say that.
No, you shouldn't.
But yeah, I mean, you can probably see that on the map. All you have to do is hit M, and then you pick another town, and you go right to it. And so it's all pretty much classic. There's a Wizard's Tower right over that mountain there, which is tough to. But yeah, it's a really beautiful game world.
So Ascalon is just a city in this gigantic.
It's a world called Tyria.
Tyria is
what they're called, and you initially start out and you can only go from around this area here, but eventually, after you do this little gameplay plot point, and one of the cool things about it is it is very story driven. You have a lot of cutscenes and stuff. After a while, you'll go into there's kind of an apocalypse that happens, and all of a sudden, this whole northern wall thing that was defending this kingdom from the barbarians outside has been ruined, and the entire cityscape is like this is Ascalon, where we just were. It looked pretty placid.
It looked great,
but now it's kind of been.
Oh no!
Screwed up a little bit. Yeah, it's all kind of done.
It still looks great, but it's just not as pretty.
No, it's a little bit ragged at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is these magic using bad guys from the north went down and they shot all these little missiles in there. So what I'm going to do now is show you some of the missions. So I'm going to warp back over to where I was before, Great Northern Wall. District 1. I have some guild mates here.
Oh, so you're in a guild.
I am in a
guild.
Guild
Wars with a guild.
Yes. One of the important things is to be in a good guild. So let me just try and hook up with them.
Now, another aspect of Guild Wars are the skill sets.
Yeah, actually the skill system of this is really, really interesting. You can get a lot of skills. Like this is my...
It's 160, right?
150 per, but that's per class.
Oh, so it's 150 times 6, so there's 900 skills?
900 or something like that. So there's quite a bit.
So what is a skill? Like give us a couple examples of a skill.
Well, my warrior here is a hammer warrior, so let me try and hook up with my guildmates here. But my hammer warrior has this thing called hammer bash, so you can knock people down. And she's also a necromancer, so she can steal health from her enemies. She can make little zombies that'll help her out.
So those are all skills. Skills aren't like walking or.
No, it's all combat. I mean, this game is almost all combat. So what are we going to do here? We're going to do a mission. This is one of the main PvE stuff, which is where you have to go in and do these discrete missions for about 10 minutes or so. Hopefully we'll be able to power through this real quick. But what I've got is I've got some guild mates here, so we're just going to go through real quick and show you a little bit of the combat.
Nice. So I'm going to ask you some questions.
Sure.
All right. Have you played, let's see, how does Guild Wars PvP, this is from Jeff Melnick in Jacksonville, Florida. How does Guild Wars PvP compare to that of World of Warcraft?
It's a tough question. I mean, this game is really kind of built from the ground up to be a PvP experience, where they do have a lot of PvP arenas that you can just go in and beat on people. if you want to. It's very seamless. You can like play for 10 minutes and go into PvP. It's not like WoW where you have to actually go to a zone and find people to wail on. So if you're really into PvP, this is probably going to be a little bit of a more rewarding experience. But it is also, I hate to say, a little bit more shallow, I guess. That sounds derogative, but it's actually not as bad. It's just a quick experience where we can get in and do a game really quickly. So.
That's great. Well, yeah, their whole thing about Guild Wars is that's supposed to be skill-based. And
it is, yeah. It definitely is. It's all about choosing your skills, because you only get 8 skills per mission.
Ken from Sweden was wondering that. Do you choose 8 skills before the mission and that's it, or do you have to switch them on the fly? Or
you actually, if I wanted to, you cannot be equipped while you're in a mission. You have to do them when you're in town.
Okay.
So you only get 8 per mission. And your choice of skills will have a big impact on how you play the game.
The Greg from Gonzales, Louisiana, what's the death penalty in Guild Wars? How is it compared to other PvP games?
It's interesting because one of the things that people were weirded out about WoW was that there wasn't a very strenuous death penalty, and Guild Wars actually takes it even more to an extreme where you really don't get penalized at all for dying. If I die here, the thing about it is that after you die in a mission, you will lose a little bit of your maximum health for until you finish the mission, or until you go back to town. So, and that's all. You don't lose any experience or anything like that. So.
All right, our man Scarecrow, aka Mark Towns in Indiana. Will any USB headsets work with the game, or do you need the one that comes with the special edition?
I don't believe you do. I believe that's just a special one where where it just shipped with the game. Anything that works with TeamSpeak is what they say to use. So anything that works with that has worked with that in the past should be fine for Guild Wars.
Now I have a question. I don't know if we mentioned this here yet. I'll just say it because I know the answer, but I'll just toss you a softball here. How much does it cost per month to play Guild Wars?
That is a good question. It's actually $0 a month.
That's no money.
That is
zero money.
That is a zero. It's yeah.
It's no money.
It's tough to
Anyways, keep going.
So yeah, it's a system kind of like Diablo 2. The thing about ArenaNet is that it is made up of a lot of ex-Blizzard employees. So it has that kind of same system where you don't pay for the monthly fees, but you still get to make a character and progress it through. It doesn't have all the features of a real MMO. Not to talk down about it, but it's free.
All right. That's very cool. Well, thanks for the demo, Matt.
Yeah,
really
no
appreciate
problem.
it. We'll let you get back to working the game, guys.
Cool, yes.
For more information on Guild Wars, check out Greg Kasaman's full review. We have a video review, we have gameplay movies, and we have a whole bunch of HD movies. In case you don't know, GameSpot Live is hooking GameSpot Complete members up with some gorgeous HD movies. If you're looking for them, just go to the GameSpot Live page, hit videos at the top of any page, look for the big silver letters HD, follow them, and watch them, download them. They look amazing. And the file sizes aren't too bad. All right, cool. Well, thanks a lot, Matt, again.
No problem.
We have a trailer right now. This trailer came in this week, and I became very excited because back in 2003, I had 2 games that I played the most. My 2 favorite games were, as most people's, Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker for the GameCube and EA's SSX 3. And we just got in the trailer for SSX 4. And it doesn't show much, but it shows enough to get me excited. So here, take a look.
EA Sports.
Yes. How you doing, man?
We're back.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm quick.
You were awesome.
I am awesome. How's it going?
It's going good.
I want that lightsaber. Where is that thing?
I think they took it away.
We'll bring that back.
Okay.
But SSX 4.
Yes, sir.
I am so excited about that
awesome.
game. I gotta be honest with you, I don't ski, I don't snowboard, but SSX 3, it just looks so good. And they have that streaming technology that let you do that 45-minute run at the end.
That's insane.
It was great. And I've heard they say we have a Q&A right now up on the site that I suggest everyone reads who is a fan of the game. That streaming technology is now implemented in the entire game.
Oh, wow.
So instead of just doing that one level, you can go down any part of the entire mountain in one continuous run.
That's totally cool.
And they're skiers now.
Do you know any word on the soundtrack? Because that was one of my favorite things.
I saw that question. There's definitely a question about the soundtrack, but they haven't said anything yet, I don't think. I'm sure we'll know more because that game was allegedly coming out this year.
Wow.
There was one of our news stories in GameSpot News had something about an EA. Where do we get all the great information from? It's when they call the investors and they tell them about all the stuff coming out. Earnings call, that's what it is. Yeah, and they said, yo, SSX 4. Right now it's called On Tour, working title.
Right.
But it looks good. I like that art style.
It does. It looks very.
I want to see how much that art style is worked into the game.
The SSX, they've always had that really distinct look.
Yeah.
So I bet you they'll go all the way with it. They like to have that cohesion, as they like to call it.
I can't wait. I'm trying to see if there's any questions. SSX Scott Sibley in Provo wants to know what the music was. Sorry, Scott. Zach Rollo's wondering about online play. He's from Henderson, Nevada. I don't know anything about that yet. And Romeo Okoba Jr. from Anchorage, Alaska, noticed that the trick bar and the boost bar was a little different in that little bit of trailer, and he's wondering if that's the final thing. Is that how it's going to work? We don't know.
The name's not even final yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet you can expect that they'll be a little different.
They got focus groups and everything and marketing to go through, and then they'll figure out what it is.
Think tanks of people.
Exactly. But I can't wait for that game.
Yeah. That's going to be a good one.
Now, in the more immediate, though, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
What's going on next week? What is up? Where are we going? What's the deal?
Well, yeah, we'll be here for the show next week.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, we'll be here. But yeah, pretty much not soon after that, we'll be heading down to the LA for what is going to be the biggest E3 of all time, E3 2005. And for those of the folks at home that don't know what E3 stands for, it stands for the Electronic Entertainment Expo, hence the little cute E3 tag. And the show, for the people that might not know, although everybody should know by this point, it is the video game version of the Super Bowl and World Series kind of thrown together. Not to mean that it's a big competition for anything, although I guess it kind of is with the companies and everything.
Yeah.
But it's the chance that basically every company gets to showcase their games for the next year and beyond, actually. So we'll see. I think there's something crazy like 1,400 products expected to be shown. I know, isn't that insane?
Well, how many of that's Kenji Hall, though?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of that. Kenji Hall, if you look at that map, but if you want to know,
huge this year.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's great.
It's totally.
It's a lot of glow-in-the-dark keyboards, as Jeff and Ryan Davis would say.
Or media relations, as we'll see in the documentary. and that's the thing is did you mention at the top of the show?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I mentioned it in the intro. I haven't
okay.
mentioned it yet during the show. That's right. By the way, anyone who owns last year's E3 2004 DVD, you know that there's a phenomenal documentary on there called Stupid Pants Operation, GameSpot's coverage of E3 2004. Today, in just a few minutes, we're going to be streaming that right here in its entirety for everyone to watch.
For the very first time?
For the very first time. And then afterwards, after we stream it, we'll put it up on the site somewhere. I'll tell you where it is next show, and you can download it, watch it by yourself. It's really good.
It is really good.
It shows our descent into madness. It's like our own Heart of Darkness.
Yeah, totally. Basically, if you want to get hyped for E3 or want to know more about it, this is what you want to stick around to watch.
Definitely. So. And speaking of sticking around to watch, should we ask some questions or should we just throw it out there?
Let's throw it out there.
All right, I'll do it because you're here on camera for it. All right, we've got a lot of questions in from a lot of people wanting to know what is GameSpot Live's coverage of E3 2005 going to be like. And instead of us breaking it down for you right here, we prepared a video. It's a lot. Get out your pens and pencils and paper and everything. You're going to want to write this all down. Here it is. Our complete breakdown of our E3 2005 coverage. Check it out.
You heard people probably call it the Super Bowl and World Series, slammed together video games, and it's true.
In anticipation of E3 2005, we wanted to give you, a faithful viewer, a glimpse of GameSpot's blitz coverage of what should be and is probably going to be the biggest E3 in history. While we can't give you all the details just yet, GameSpot's live coverage kicks off on Tuesday, May 17th at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time with Nintendo's press conference. Fast forward your clock to 11:45 the same day as we count down to a live midnight show with myself, Rich Gallup, Lauren Gonzalez, and Homer Ribara, plus all the GameSpot editors, giving you the inside info on everything we know up to that point and everything we can tell you at the stroke of midnight. But wait, there's more. When all the embargoes lift right at midnight, May 18th, the floodgates burst open as we give you everything from next-gen console footage to the hottest titles hitting current-gen consoles that'll be on display at E3. Then, when the doors actually open at 10 a.m. Wednesday, May 18th for E3 2005 to officially begin, every hour on the hour, GameSpot will bring you live, up-close, and personal demos with developers showcasing their newest titles from current gens to the next gen. And that's happening each day of the conference, continuing on Thursday, May 19th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and May 20th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. until they finally pull the plug on us at E3 2005. So do the math. GameSpot will deliver 24 hours of live, up-close and personal coverage of over 60 games. Just like On the Spot, GameSpot Complete members can send questions in to be answered throughout the broadcast. In addition to our live stage show, we'll also be giving you a look at all the booths, the stars that make their appearances and sign autographs, and all the crazy shows on display at E3. If you're a GameSpot Complete member who hasn't already taken time off from work or school, don't worry, we'll be archiving everything on the site to be viewed later on for on demand. Finally, for all you GameSpot Complete members enjoying the recently posted HD footage, rest assured there will be plenty of HD content available for download off the site during E3. This year is shaping up to be one of the biggest E3s ever, and although we can't bring everyone to E3, GameSpot will be bringing E3 to your computers at home. So buckle up, sit tight, and enjoy GameSpot's live coverage of E3 2005. For the exact details and how everything's going to shake out, be sure to keep it here locked on GameSpot.com. We'll be giving you more details as we get closer to the show.
Dude.
Yes.
24 hours? Why didn't you tell me about this, by the way?
Well, you should know.
I'm going to have to hit the gym now. I'm going to have to start running the stairs. Yeah. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, as far as I understand it, we're going to be delivering more of E3 to your screen than anybody else. So
that's how we do it.
That's the way we're supposed to do it.
That's
right?
Great. Yeah, sure. Well, let's hit some questions here. That's good. This is going to be awesome. All right. First question. We got another graphic here for you. It's from Spencer Guy in Hudsonville, Mississippi, or Michigan. Right. My bad. Will you be broadcasting the 3 major press conferences over the site, and when are they? Thanks.
Yes, that's a very good question, Spencer. And it's actually, one of the things that we love to do is bring you the information as fast as we can, like this live show. We'd like to do those press conferences live. Right now, in all honesty, the one that we have locked down is Nintendo. Nintendo is setting it up so that we can do it live. Sony and Microsoft, we've been talking to them for quite some time, and they haven't committed anything just yet. We will be in there. We will tape it. We will have it up on the site at some point. Whether it's going to be live or not, we're still waiting to hear.
Great. All right, and we have another question from our man Tajeev Kohli in Ann Arbor, Michigan representing. What special DVD package do you have planned for this year's E3? Your last year's E3 DVD was awesome, but I hope that you top that by making a bigger, more in-depth feature. If you cannot give any details now, then when will we come to know?
That's a very good question as well. Spencer, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, this is from Tajeev.
Tajeev.
Yes.
Tajeev, to answer his question directly, yes, we are planning another E3 DVD. Yes, last year's was awesome.
Yes.
As you're about to see, for those of you who didn't get it, this documentary is one of my favorite pieces of it. And yes, for those also that don't know, it was 4 discs last year, and we are planning to make it bigger, whether it's 5 discs, whether it's 6 discs. We're still working the details out. But E3 is bigger this year. The DVD set's got to be bigger to try to handle it. So it's going to be bigger and badder. So stick around during E3 or definitely after to hear more information.
We are going to force the entertainment technology sector to make a better medium for containing videos. We'll just make these E3 DVDs bigger and bigger this year. Then we'll finally say enough. Fine. Here's a new type of disc where you can put it on 1, and then we'll put it on 6 of those, and then we'll have to do it again. We're forcing change here, leading change. It's great. That's cool. Now, Ryan,
yes, sir.
Before we get to E3 and all that phenomenal coverage, we have a busy week ahead.
We do.
And what's going on next week?
Next week, you're talking about Thursday?
Anytime. Yeah, sure, Thursday. What's going on next Thursday?
So I think most people out there have heard at this point that MTV is planning to be the first guys in town that are going to have any kind of information, hardcore information about the new Xbox.
Right.
I believe it's at 6:30 Eastern.
Yeah, that's right.
6:30 Eastern, MTV is going to
air it's 9, I think maybe it's 9:30 Eastern, which equals 6:30 here?
Either way, check your local listings.
We're not MTV.
But yeah, and as far as we know, that's going to be a point at which we're going to have a special as well. So folks could definitely look to come back after. So after you get done watching the MTV special, come back to GameSpot. We're going to have even more information, and it should be cool.
All right, we have a clip, a little teaser set up. So if you want to know what to expect from next week, here's a little brief bit. Check it out.
Is kind of going to be a big push for the HD era.
It really allows you to see, more of what's going on in the game, and it allows you to see things more immersively.
Xbox Live so far has been amazing.
We love Xbox Live subscribers. We want you to be able to take that Live account and go over to your buddy's house that got a Xenon a week before you did.
Xbox did a pretty decent job of doing Dolby Digital, and it's only going to get better now in terms of rendering where sounds are going to be.
And we are back.
Little tease.
That's Jay Allard in there. Who's that other guy in there? Call of Duty 2 guy?
Yeah, totally. So, but the one thing though is the one thing that's true is that the cool thing is, I think it's this Friday actually. This Friday there's going to be, so tomorrow I guess.
Yep.
Tomorrow there's going to be another next gen console feature That's kind of us talking about what we were hoping, what we expect, as well as you can see some clips from some of the developers out there that are they're also telling us.
So that's part of the piece for tomorrow.
That is correct.
And next Thursday we'll have
even more. Yeah.
I'm getting rid of this clipboard. It's getting me in trouble.
There you go.
Wait, no, I need a piece of paper on it.
There you go.
All right. So last week, Ryan, this is a great show, by the way. We had a lot of cool stuff. I can't wait for E3 now.
I know.
I'm totally pumped. All right. Last week we gave away 6 of these E3 2004 DVDs. Because we have a bunch of them left and we want people to watch them so they get excited for E3 next week. And the question was, what days do E3 happen? It's an easy question if you're watching the show. The answer is May 18th, 19th, and 20th is officially when it's going on. And our 6 winners are Adam Gardner of Ohio, Brian Stewart of California, Costa Apostolou of Ontario, Drew Solario of Iowa, Daryl Marsh of Utah, and Janice Bradford of Tennessee. Congratulations, all 6 of you won the E3 2004 DVD, all 4 discs, was it 15 hours of content?
It's like over 11
11 billion hours of content, and congratulations. We'll get those in the mail to you tomorrow, hopefully. We've had a lot of questions, by the way, about our prizes. A lot of people haven't received them yet. Unfortunately, we are waiting for some prizes from other people and from the companies that gave them away. And when they come to us, we ship them out immediately, or as quickly as we can. So if you haven't received your prize yet, sit tight. We have your name, we have your address. But if you're really concerned, send me a personal message via the community system, and I'll write you back.
Right on.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you know what's awesome though?
What's that?
This. I won't do that. These are just the coolest things ever. I have the $20 one from a couple years ago, but I'm totally jacking this from you after the show.
Yeah, we have to get our little battle on. They actually kind of look real from the distance.
They do. And on the screen like this, they got the little, yeah. All right, that's great. Anyways, so for this year's trivia.
Yes, sir. For this week's trivia, I want to give away more of these DVDs.
Okay. I'm going to give away 6 more of them, all right? And but here's your trivia question. We've said it time and time again. The name of the documentary is Stupid Pants Operation, GameSpot's coverage of E3 2004. This is actually a quote directly from the movie. When we get down there to E3, we're a fun bunch of guys. We get a little crazy, and dialogue gets thrown around that just doesn't make sense. And one of these phrases was Stupid Pants Operation. So if you're a GameSpot Complete member using the form at the bottom of the page, I want you to give me your name, your full mailing address, and which GameSpot editor says Stupid Pants Operation. You tell me who that is. We will give you the DVD.
Should you give them a shout out again if they're forgetting how they're going to know?
It's said. Some dude says it. It's like maybe 10 minutes in, maybe or so. Or you watch this. What's that? Yeah. It's early enough, but you're going to want as soon as they see the 10 minutes, they're going to watch the whole thing. It's that good. True. They did a good job. But there'll be another documentary this year. I hope it'll be just as good, if not better.
It should be, hopefully.
Okay. Well, that's a great show.
That's a good show.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to thank Matt Roy, Brad Shoemaker, and Brian Eckberg for all coming by. I'd like to thank the crew who always do a phenomenal job here. I'd like to thank all the GameSpot Complete members who wrote in, and all the viewers out there too. It's because of you we do the show, and it's a whole lot of fun. So we'll see you next week right here on the spot. Check this. Stupid Pants. Bring it.
you heard people probably call it the Super Bowl and World Series, slammed together for video games, and it's true. I mean, it's really, it's more of a, it's less of a show now for me. It's more of a, it's probably the hardest thing I do here at GameSpot, and every year I look forward to it and dread it at the same time.
It's going to be big. It's going to be a really big show this year. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, there's all this handheld stuff. It's like, is Microsoft going to announce their next system? Probably not, but it's possible. A bunch of big sequels. It'll be a pretty big show. We get down there on Saturday, and then work pretty much starts immediately, but the show doesn't actually start till Wednesday. So you're basically kind of just running on guts, I guess, the whole time, and Red Bull, which doubles for guts.
Do you have it? Last year I pretty much felt like the floor of a taxi cab by the end of the show. I feel as though I will feel much the same this year, but at least I'll be happy with what I did, so that's all that matters. As long as all the content gets up on the site and nothing catches fire, I'm happy.
I'm actually going to set some things on fire.
Well, I mean, nothing important.
Important things.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the Staples Center.
Oh, okay.
This tradition, by the way, dates back forever ago. Really?
Not this particular Del Taco, but Del Taco in general. Me and Jeff, when we used to go stay at this beach house in Venice Beach, with Glenn Rubenstein, one of the guys who used to work here. We used to go. There was a Del Taco, and we would go over there, and it was awesome. That was a great deal.
It's the Del Taco experience is okay. I like a lot of choices when it comes to how I live my life, options. And Del Taco's menu is all about options. So you can get a burrito, you can get a quesadilla, you get kind of the whole standard Taco Bell menu. But then they also have this whole kind of shoddily put together hamburger menu too. So you can get not so good French fries and kind of a dry hamburger, but it's there for you. And then they have all kinds of other wild, crazy stuff like dulce de leche shakes and all kinds of other buck wild stuff that you don't find other places.
We're just very focused on covering the show because it's very, very important. We think even to those people who don't really know what E3 is, I mean, we have a pretty broad audience. People, come to the site once every couple of months or something. They don't really know what E3, much less, they don't really know what E3 is, much less, what it stands for. But when they come to the site during this period, they're going to see a ridiculous ton of new stuff about a lot of games that they're either excited about already or are going to be excited about after looking at our coverage. So for us, it's a time to do what we do best, and that's report on games quickly and thoroughly, basically try to cover the show like a blanket.
Hey, you know what? The location was a genius move. We pulled off an incredible one. Staging, the trust, the way everything's going to be laid out. Yeah, if this thing had an engine, it would totally take off.
Hey, Trav.
Yeah.
What's that in your hand?
Camera. Put it on the dome up there.
That is sweet, dude. just badass.
There is no preparedness at E3. You just do it. You know, it arrives and you jump in.
Thing
all
is,
hell breaks loose.
Thing is, you can prepare all you want, but I mean, there's always going to be random crap you didn't account for.
That's the thing. You just have to wing it. So
that's cool. Prepare. Everything explodes. You just go from there. That's pretty much the long and the short of it.
Yeah. E3 is definitely a seat of the pants operation.
Did you say a stupid pants operation?
Seat of the pants.
Oh.
Like, do the thing.
And so tomorrow morning is the big show, though. Tomorrow morning is all about the press conferences. And, you know, we'll see how that goes. That's going to be... I mean, tomorrow, in all honesty, in a lot of ways, is the biggest day for me personally, I think. Not really, but I say that now because tomorrow comes before the other days.
Hey, where you at? Turn around, walk back to Highland. We're sitting at the corner of Hollywood and Highland. We'll pick you up. We're heading to the booth.
Here he is right there. I see him.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Run over here, get the car.
Yo!
Western.
Lure it!
Whew! So you have DS tape?
I have DS tape. I have asset disc.
Okay, I've got the asset disc with the B-roll DVD. Is that what you have? This?
I have everything that you are showing, yes.
Okay. Where'd the tape go?
Well, I have my own tape.
Basically what I'm doing is Alex just ran in here with a press disc from Square Enix, and I'm making sure we get all the information, like all the new games and stuff are all entered in the system, so we're ready to go as soon as the embargo is lifted.
Essentially, the press embargoes are the way in which game publishers get the press to help them break their big announcements. And it's something that we, for the most part, are more than happy to do because we want early and ideally exclusive access to announcements on new games. But in exchange for that, publishers aren't going to let us just run that content as soon as we hear about it. So they make us sign non-disclosure agreements, and then they hold us to specific dates. Usually on the first day of the show is when we can unveil these sorts of announcements.
So basically it kind of runs like a well-oiled machine in that I get the data entered, they enter the screenshots, and GameSpot live enters all the movies, and then at the exact moment we can enter them, they're up and ready for people to download them.
And now I'm going to give this a try. Oh yeah, this is already a bad idea. All right. There's tomatoes in this. Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. You know what? I like sports more than anything. Pretty much everybody in this car. I don't get the whole excitement going to a basketball game. Like, look at all those people. They dress up and everything. What's that all about?
Yo, I got them. Who need Lakers shirts today? I got the Kobe shot. Don't hate on the A. Hey, Echo, I got your watch right here. The Laker watch. Who need a Laker watch?
What about the folders?
It's kind of bunk sometimes. Crawling around on my knees, hooking up these video cables. It's kind of rough though, working like 24/7 basically for not only the week that we're down here, but also like the week leading up to it. Because, you know, you get everything ready. But, you know, small sacrifice to pay really to be in the game industry. I mean, look at what we're doing. It's like, oh, worst it gets something. I guess it is, yeah, I'm crawling around on my knees, plugging video cables in. It's not like I'm digging ditches or working at a coal mine.
What do you think of the parties?
You know, when I was younger, they used to seem like really big and cool and exciting. It seemed like you're living like the fast, cool, you know, lifestyle, you know, bright lights, big city and all that kind of thing. But now it's just like, and I think it is because I see, you know, this whole week and everything surrounding it as pretty much just a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job, you know. So it's like, that makes it a little easier to kind of think of it in terms like that, because then it's just like, you know, they're just, I mean, while other people get to go have fun, my job is to go and get footage like we did. You know, Mortal Kombat, we're going to have the first direct feed of that game, more of it than anybody, PS2 and Xbox. So, you know, I think the parties are kind of cool. I mean, I just like them because they give us an opportunity to do stuff like that. And it's neat, you know, it's neat to see the setups they do, like that big cool Mortal Kombat Dragon, you know, logo on the wall. That was pretty. And we're f***ing hella lost. It's like, I don't know how the fuck we ended up over here, but we are lost. So we're gonna turn around.
The other part that seems to have proven to be a big challenge this year is just keeping our site up and running well amidst the influx of traffic that this show naturally brings. Our site gets hit really hard. About twice as many people come to visit GameSpot during E3 as you know, on the average day. And sure enough, once again this year, despite the best of our preparations, the site had, the site just ran really slow, and certain technical procedures under the hood didn't happen smoothly. So that's certainly very frustrating for a user of ours who's just trying to get to this new preview of the game he's super excited about.
So now that they're starting to turn on the lights and everything, it's starting to become a little bit more real. Get the music going. Not just a bunch of crates sitting around anymore. Now it's actually looking and sounding more like E3 does. And then it's like Wednesday morning though, when they flip that switch, all the music comes up and all the lights come on and all the games start showing. It's just like a cacophony of just madness. Let's tell you about God of War. God of War is the wicked sick game that allows you to kill people in the face.
God of Thunder, baby.
God of Thunder. I can kill people in the face.
I'm gonna shut down the car. Is that cool?
up on me like that. So that was the Sega conference, and it was about 5 minutes long, and there was this they called the Sega Tone, but unfortunately the bomb's already been dropped. We knew it was the Matrix Online, and they showed off some pretty cool fight demos and stuff, and some pretty cool moves and stuff. But all in all, it was kind of a non-event, unfortunately, because everyone was thought there's some crazy conferences, but still, Matrix Online. The demo starts June 1st, so we'll see more then. Anyway, this is what you do after you go to the event. You go back and you write it up real quick. Generally, the publishing cycle's about it can be as short as 20 minutes, it can be as long as an hour and a half. Now, if you excuse me, I got a story to write.
Hey, Ryan. What's up? How many Red Bulls do you have so far today? 3, actually. I had them pretty much all in succession first thing this morning, but I haven't really needed them since then. I've been doing pretty good. Things were a little bit hectic this morning. Stuff was a little bit bumpy, but everything's smoothed out now and it's running great, so I'm flying high just off of the joy that is E3. Yeah.
There's always stuff that is unveiled at E3 that makes me go, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm in this industry and that I get this kind of privileged access to see this before anyone else does. Even if the game goes on to, get delayed a bunch of times and not come out for another 3 years, there's a lot to be said just for seeing it for the first time like that, even if you don't have anything to take away from it. It's just an exciting event that way.
This. Well, I just checked in for my appointment. I'm gonna go look at Killzone, probably in one of these back rooms where it's a little quieter, it's easier to talk to people, and there's not all this, all these crowds like, elbowing you and stuff like that. So hopefully get us a better look at the game. Everybody wants to follow me.
Killzone is set in a time of planetary conflict. We've been very much inspired by the various theatres of conflict of the 20th century, and that is very, very evident in the game itself.
What multiplayer modes do you have?
I'm not really going to say a huge amount about the game types of multiplayer. Here is the secondary. Heat visualizer ignited right. And Ben's quite cool. Start sprinting. Withdraw from battle. Get shot at too much. To be honest, I really quite like that.
To me, or is there like a grain filter you put on?
Yeah, it's hellish. I like it though.
So is that in all the levels? Are you going to look like that, or different areas?
We try to get this very kind of cinematic look to the game. So for certain levels, we try to pick a certain ballet and also kind of contrast and color saturation factors. So you kind of get it to look more like a movie than kind of oversaturated candy color world.
If you want to take a little quick break, just for a couple minutes, we'll we have drinks, soda. Actually, ice cream sundaes.
I can just leave our bags in here. We got a great game there.
I think it's ice cream time. Get out of here then. It's pretty hot in here, so having something cold is pretty nice.
Dinner and lunch and breakfast. Actually, it's not breakfast. Yeah, I had something this morning. Now that the show's open, it's just go out there, look at games, write about games, and it's much more straightforward. And we got a lot of the big games out of the way today, and tomorrow we'll get the other big games out of the way, and then Friday it's just kind of mopping up some of the smaller stuff that's still very interesting, but maybe not as kind of hotly anticipated and isn't seen as a priority to as many of our users. So yeah, it should go well from here on out. I mean, we have this party coming up at 9:30, and hopefully a bunch of people will be able to come out and just kind of relax for a little while.
Hello. What's going on at it? We have an internet outage, which oddly enough happened around the exact same time last year. And it was because last year, the reason why, because it turns out that they turn off the internet in the building at a certain time. So.
Same thing?
We had no idea this time. So, because last time what happened, we had our own party the same night, and we came back when it was down, and they said, oh, it was down because, we turn off at a certain time. And this year we're actually here, so we don't know. It's hard to tell. We're trying to figure it out. We're making contacts. You calling Joe Russell?
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Down for an hour.
The party. We
going now?
No, we gotta clear it out. Give me 2 minutes. Take your time. Yeah. Right by the exit. Cool. Thank you. Let's give us a second.
Actually, go over the ATI Radeon booth. Take that over there. Right on.
Where's Adam? How large do you have?
Extra large.
Extra large, good.
So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
Or we just sitting at a black screen. Never a good song.
Nice.
In line.
It's all I have. Okay, we're gonna have to wait just a second. Anybody have any questions while we're waiting for somebody who knows how to get the hard drive working again? Thank you. IT rules.
Dude, I was so worried. The battery was gonna die because it kept screwing up like that. I felt really sorry for him, but at the same time, my battery started only half full, half empty, depending on how you look at things. You know, he started talking afterwards. I figured it was over. You know, he's gonna do a little discussion. So I zoomed the camera on him, re-white balance, refocus, re-everything, re-expose. And then he's like, oh wait, I have another movie to show you. And I was like, maybe the battery will hold, I'll ride it out, okay, sure, fine. And it was just about to die. And then that shit crashed on him again. Which is unfortunate, I feel really bad for him because I think that game's gonna be awesome, but yeah, if that hadn't crashed, I don't think I would have gotten the second movie. So, karma for somebody.
Actually, one of the best trends I've noticed at E3 over the years is that the quantity of booth babes, as they're called, has diminished. A lot of companies in the past used to just hire, like, I guess just kind of washed up Hollywood models or wannabe actresses or something like that to just stand around in skimpy outfits and, like, demo the games. I never enjoyed that aspect of the show myself. I would like for this industry to be respectable, and I don't think, you know, scantily clad women hawking video games that they know nothing about, you know, with kind of frowns on their faces is a very kind of respectable image. So I'm glad to see companies focusing on the content and making the games sell themselves as opposed to just trying to have a woman in a bikini do the job for them. And you know, it seems to be the sign of this industry maturing in some way, though granted a lot of companies still do rely on that kind of titillation aspect to get people to pay attention, and in a lot of respects that still works for a lot of people.
got a phone call from a source of mine. One of our reporters in the field found out from any sort of his, basically that the Sims 2 is coming out September 17th. So this is the nature of breaking news. We get a tip, and now I've got to scramble to write it up before the other guy does. So and I've got to kind of background research and stuff. But just like that here, it's just basically anything can break at any time, and you just always have to be ready and stuff. So got to come correct. All right.
Breaking stories quickly is an important aspect of what we do. It's a very important aspect, and the only thing more important than that to us is the accuracy of our coverage.
So that's kind of the nature of web publishing. You know, you always get a story up, you're like, oh wait a minute, we can add this, we can add that. So it's a lot more flexible than print. You know, but it's also a lot more hectic because you're expected to basically to update it all the time, do it as accurate as possible. So yeah, it's going through now. The pub tools are humming along pretty good, and it should be on the web, and it should be on the web and on the news hub. It's already on the site, but it'll be on the news hub in about 2-3 minutes. So, anatomy of a news story. There you go. And if you stick around like that, you have anatomy of a nervous breakdown.
Breaking stories is very important to us in terms of perception, and also just because we're very excited about this stuff. We're pretty hardcore around here. We're up late, covering this stuff and keeping up on this stuff. We want to let our readers in on these secrets as soon as we can, and on new scoops and stuff, because a lot of our users are just really demanding as well. They're reading our site at all hours. They will absorb our content no matter when we put it up. So it's not some kind of 9-to-5 thing at all. I mean, it used to be way back in the day, but now the expectation is for us to be publishing stuff around the clock, and indeed, not a day goes by when we don't update our pages.
Hey Lauren, what's going on? I'm over at the EA booth. And when you think of EA, you think of one thing first, and that's the sports games. I'm looking over my shoulder, I'm seeing FIFA football, not soccer anymore, Tiger Woods, March Madness, NHL, NCAA, NBA Live, and of course, the biggest of them all, Madden. Will the Patriots finally be a good team in a Madden game? They better be. Hey, where's Ryan?
Hey, what's up, Lauren? Yeah, I think Rich is over there in the sports area. I'm over here at the Burnout 3 little kiosk, and you can see they got a pretty big deal over here. A lot of people have been lining up since I've been over here waiting to do this, and this game looks awesome. I don't know how much direct feed we have up on the side already, but yeah, we got to get some more because this game is. I gotta get over there and play it.
Or how should I look? Should I look like relieved, or what emotion do you want? How do you feel? Fine. Made it over the hump day? Yeah. It's a thing. It's what we do, What?
At this time of the day, I mean, you really can't feel this on the camera, but it is really hot in that room. And we've been drinking nothing but bottled water all day, and it's like athletes. When you're sweating, water just doesn't hydrate you enough. Yesterday I was drinking like bottle after bottle of water, and I was still parched. It was like this really deep thirst in me, and I would have killed for some Gatorade. There's only like one vending machine in this entire place, and it's down here. But it's kind of cool. You see the people cleaning up around here, and it's quiet. It's a big change from the 60,000 people walking around.
How much is the 250?
I think it's jammed.
Oh no! Sold out.
Oh, thank God.
You pressed the wrong button, dude.
They weren't sold out last night.
Alright, that sucks.
Oh, it's down by my change in nickels? I don't believe this.
Hey, but it's still...
What kind of vending machine gives a change in nickels?
So chuffed that today is the last day of the show. I will tell you that much. I really think that the nice, fresh, not rancid sandwiches that we have in the booth right now add character and flavor. Though we are already a bunch of characters in this place. Oh God. I mean, today is short. The show closes at 4, and when they close at 4, they close at 4.
Don't look at me. Come over here and just play right away. You don't even have to wait in line. Monica? Monica Seabrook is going to sing the Pokemon song for us right on up. Come on up here. Turn around. This is your moment of shining American Idol glory. I want to be the very best. No one ever was. Catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Pokemon! That was great! I'm impressed. She hasn't even had coffee.
Right now I'm thinking I gotta get up as much stuff as I possibly can before 4 p.m. You know, just to like put the knife in and twist it. You know, right at 4 p.m. everything turns off at E3. You know, they start turning off lights. Everyone leaves. Internet goes down, and you know, when the internet goes down, there's not much else we can do. So we gotta hurry. We gotta cook and get as much stuff as we possibly go. So just kind of cranking on it right now.
And thanks a lot. You guys keep checking everything out. They're gonna cut our power off, so we're gonna go. See you next year.
GameSpot wristband. Take us on off to carry them home. All left. There's like all wristband left. All right, I lied. There's 4. Now there's 3. 3 people gotta get off. And on. And they
We found these sunglasses on the floor in the lobby last night. And then Ryan threw them onto the street. And then I picked them up. And now here they are. They're pretty terrible sunglasses. I think that's why I like them. I think I'm going to throw them out the window while we're driving back to the hotel,
See, actually, I think one of the most amazing parts of E3 is how quickly it all goes away. If you just look around, all this crap. I mean, it's only been what, an hour since they closed, and it's already, you know, half dead. In another hour, like, you wouldn't even know anything was here. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm so ready to go home. It's not even funny. I love covering the show. It was fun. It was intense, but I want bed that is mine for 48 hours straight.